Who's not gonna laugh at that? Let's be honest. I've been taking notes on everyone at work. Every time they say something, I just write it down. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if it's not a welcome back and you're new around here, I am Yvette and I moved to London about 3 months ago, and so this one's a bit different because normally I do British life versus Australian life. However, I have started a new job and I actually work with some Americans, and there's been a few funny interactions where it's a bit confusing because I'm Australian, so I'll say one thing and then the British people will say one thing and then the American will say something else. So I've started to include America into some of my comparisons because that's my experience at the moment, is dealing with that kind of meld of the three. So in this video is mostly an American based one, but UK and Australia are quite similar in a lot of cases. So this is going to be all the American words that are offensive in England and Australia. These are normal words in America that are rude in the UK and Australia. This has been pretty funny for me if I'm at work and someone says something like from this list and everyone's a bit shocked and taken back by it and they don't realize what they've said. Make sure you watch this video so you don't get caught up in the faux pas like the people I work with. I've been taking notes on everyone at work. Every time they say something, I just write it down. So these are my top 10 observations of rude American words in England. Number 1, this is purely British and everyone's confused by it, pants. I've been guilty of this. The American colleague has been guilty of this, saying nice pants or what pants are you wearing. British people, that's underwear in England, so British people get quite taken aback when you're commenting on their underwear, whereas I'm obviously just referring to your trousers or jeans or whatever you're wearing on the bottom half. I think the British people in my office have kind of gotten used to us now because we say it to each other, obviously it's not a big deal, but they overhear it and it sounds weird. And also they're used to us making that mistake now, but it was funny at the start because they'd always pull a weird face when we said it, and then we'd catch ourselves, you know? So definitely be careful of that. That one's come up for me so much. Probably my biggest learning curve in the UK is saying trousers, not pants. Also, Brits say pants for if something's bad, so I'll be like, oh, that's pants, which I just don't understand. Americans don't understand, I don't understand. Figure it out, England. My next one, number 2, is, so this is funny because in my experience, America are quite a literal people. You know, you say what it is, you say it how you see it, whereas in England and Australia are a bit more creative. They don't make a lot of sense a lot of the time. And one of them is pull. So in America, pull, like P-U-L-L, to pull a door or pull a piece of rope or whatever. You can be going out on the pull or you could be pulling someone, and they're not literal. What it means in both countries, in England and Australia, is you're like flirting with someone, which sounds so weird, like when you've got to explain it literally because it doesn't make any sense literally. But yeah, going out on the pull means you want to go out and meet someone and maybe hook up with them, or if you're pulling someone, you're like in the process. I wonder if you can have pulled someone. I don't know what the past tense is, but I thought that's a funny one because that led to some interesting conversations around the office because did not understand what we were trying to say. My American friend thought we were lying to her when we were trying to explain it. But that one's the same in England and Australia. Number 3 is Randy, which I think is funny because Randy in America is just a name. I think of Randy Jackson. Randy in England is horny, basically. And it's not just like horny, it's like comically, cartoonishly horny. Like the image of Randy is like a dog humping your leg, like that is Randy. If your name is Randy and you come to the UK and you introduce yourself, you will get a lot of smirks and chuckles because you're basically being like, hi, I'm horny. Like, it's pretty funny. Not gonna lie, I'd probably laugh too. So prepare for that, or change your name, or go by Randall or something, I don't know. So number 4 is an interesting one, but it's the word fanny is interesting because it means something different in each different country. In America, we'll start. So fanny in America means bottom or bum or ass or whatever, you know, Americans say the backside. In England, fanny is vagina, basically. It's the front bum, if you would. And that's the same in Australia, it is definitely the front bum. Funnily enough, it's also a name in Australia, and I don't know if it's a name in England. Like my mum's name was almost Fanny. She almost got called Fanny as her first name. her name would have been Fanny Taylor. Can you imagine the bullying? That would be, you'd have to change your name. You couldn't. You'd have to go to Franny or something, I don't know. But that's a cruel joke that her mum almost put on her. But luckily she dodged a bullet and didn't get called Fanny, thank God. Could you imagine traveling with the name Fanny in any country? Because even in America, people would be like, your name is ass, your name is hi, my name is ass, or hi, my name is bum, or hi, my name is vagina if you're in England. Like, what are you doing? I don't know why her mum thought that was a good idea to even consider. Number 5 has been an issue for me and the American and the Brit. The word is spunk or spunky. In America, the phrase in America would be, you're showing a lot of spunk, or you're a really spunky guy, or she's got a lot of spunk. Spunk in England and Australia is basically semen. So you're kind of calling someone a slut, I guess, and a really viscerally gross way of calling someone a slut. You definitely would not want to be using that word in England. Like, no one would know the alternative. Like, at least with, you know, fanny, people kind of understand because of fanny packs and that, or bum bags, but like, no one's gonna know spunk. You're just gonna get a lot of disgusted looks if you try and say the word spunk at someone in England. That's not cute. Number 6 is my personal favorite, and you'll probably figure out why. The word is Trump. So I'm not sure if in America, you can tell me in the comments if I'm wrong, but in America, Trump is obviously the president. In Australia, Trump is like a trumps card. So like, if you get a draw 4 in Uno, that's basically a trumps card. You're gonna win the whole game because nothing can really beat it. And then there's Trump in America. Trump in England means fart, which is so funny. It's like a cute way for kids to say fart. So we also say like fluff or blurt are all like terms you would use, like polite ways to say fart, because fart's too rude for children. So I think it's very funny that essentially America's got President Fart as the president, which, to be honest, are they wrong? Don't even care if I get political in here. Number 7 is cop. So cop in America is a policeman, yeah, like a copper, a cop. Australia has that term as well, but it also has a second term, which is the main term in England, because Australia is like a weird meld of the two cultures. Cop basically means like to feel up, so like cop a feel, or to cop some, you know what I mean? Like, so to grab someone. So like if you're in a club, people might be trying to cop a feel, or you might get copped. Quite different from the American term. So I don't know how you'd accidentally slip that up or accidentally mention that, but just be aware of it if there's some confusion. Number 8's a great one because it's a good example of like the difference between how literal Americans are and how creative the Brits are, is thick. So Americans use the term, now there's even a third term because of colloquialism, a thick piece of plywood or a thick jacket or a thick blanket. Brits use thick as dumb. So like if you're thick, you're really stupid. Like, don't be so thick. That's not very common in Australia, but we would know what you're on about if you said it. But it's, yeah, very much a Briticism. And then if you get thick, that's like the worst. That's even worse than thick. That's with the F. Number 9 is hilarious. I put it on because it made me laugh. Number 9 is muff. Now Americans, correct me if I'm wrong, muff in America, or American, is essentially like ear muffs. Yeah? Like, it's like a fluffy thing, a muff. Things that go on my. Muff in England is pubes. Specifically, vagina pubes. On women, generally. Can't think of how else it's ever been described. It's definitely seen as a crass word. If you were here in the wintertime and you asked someone to pass your muff or wear my muff, it would get some laughs. People would definitely give you a weird look. So definitely be aware of that if you are traveling in winter. The last one is my favorite. Hilarious, because this just is my favorite purely because of how it came about. That we found out about this was that Americans refer to door handles as door knobs. And they'll say the knob. A knob in England and Australia is a penis. So, like, the situation that came up for me was that they were saying, like, oh, someone should clean the knob. Or they meant a door, and the entire, like, office cracked up. It was too funny that it sounded like you said clean the penis, which is hilarious. Who's not gonna laugh at that? Let's be honest. So I can't even be angry because it was pretty damn funny. So knob, also that comes up into a lot of insults as well. So definitely be careful with that word. I'm not sure how it would come up casually, but just, although you'd be surprised because like when you're walking in and out of cafes, you could probably accidentally say it. So definitely watch yourself with that one. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and got a laugh out of it because I know I did. Definitely coming up with this list and finding out about all these words was hilarious to me. So Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and tell me if there's any other words in the comments below that you can think of that are offensive either way. So even if there's like a British word that's offensive in America or vice versa. I find that very, very interesting. So thank you so much for watching, and remember to hit subscribe so I can see you next time and you can see what else I managed to figure out. What are the intricacies of British life I get to figure out. Bye.